A very good morning and welcome to today's lectures on computer networks. In this session, we can learn what is network, advantage and disadvantage of network, types of networks according to the geographical area, as well as different types of networks model. So we can start our first lecture in the network technology. First, we can see that what is network. So we can say that a computer network is a collection of devices or interconnected computers that communicate and to save resources. Network helps users to exchange the information quickly and effectively. For example, if we can use as a device mobile, then that network is called as mobile network. As a device, we can use a computer for connecting more than one computer to each other. That network is called as computer network. Now, what are the advantages of network? Network provides several types of advantage. They allows resource sharing such as printers, fax machines, or we can share our files also. Communications becomes faster through email or messaging, as well as we can share our data can we can share our the data, we can control our systems using the internet or improve our collaborations. Teamwork is also improved using the network. So these are the basic advantage of any network. Despite their advantage, networks also have some drawbacks. They may face security risks, require high setup cost. If one system is failure, then definitely it affects all the networks. Definitely, we required highly licensed version software to set up. Cost is high. We can require maintenance, that is highly administrator is required. Viruses. If one network in one system has a virus, it affect all the networks. The virus and malware also shared quickly. These are the basic disadvantage of the network. Now, according to the geographical area, networks can be divided into three parts. That is LAN, MAN, and WAN, local area network, metropolitan area network, and wide network. So what is LAN? So according to the name suggests, local area network connect device within a limited area. For example, if we want network in the building or in the computer lab, in the hospital, in the college, at that time we can use LAN. Now we can see that what are the advantage of LAN? That is LAN offers high-speed data transfer, easy resource sharing, lower installation cost, and centralized data management. It is one of the most widely used network nowadays. What are the disadvantage of LAN? So LAN offers high speed data transfer, easy resource sharing, lower installation cost, but at that time we have also some drawbacks of the LAN. Now we can see that what are limited area here. It is a very smaller area, in that we can install a LAN. If we cannot properly manage the LAN, then a security problem is also arise. Now our second type, that is metropolitan area network. A main connects multiple lanes across a city, means it covers all the city. It larger than a LAN but smaller than a wide area network. Now what are the advantages? So it covers larger area as compared to the LAN. High speed connectivity and data transfer rate is also high. And efficient data sharing across the location, we can easily share our data. Now what are the some disadvantage of main? So that is higher installation cost, setup cost is difficult, complex management. If there are some error, then it is very difficult to find out and solve it. And definitely there are some security challenge in the WAN network. Now our third network types, that is WAN, that is wide area network. It covers all the country, or it covers world. Wide area network connects networks across countries or entire world. The internet is the basic or most common example of wide area network. Now what are the advantages of WAN? That is, it is provides the global connectivity. As we can say that is internet is the best example of WAN. Remote access and resources, definitely we can work on the globalization. That is, large organization can use remote access and resources is also provide applied on the WAN. Now what are the disadvantages? That is lower speed than the LAN, because most of the maximum people can access wide area network. So that is a there is a problem of the speed, as well as security risks and high setup and maintenance costs, as well as we require administrator to manage our wide area network. These are the some difference between LAN, MAN and WAN. That is full form, that is local area, metropolitan and wide area network. Local area, it covers the room or one building or one campus. MAN, it covers all the city. Wide area, it covers all the countries. Speed, that is LAN provides the high speed, MAN it is a medium, and WAN that is lower than the LAN and MAN. Generally, ownership, the land that is usually owned by the single organization. It provides the private as well as private organization or the service provided, and wide that is telecom provider. Cost wise, that is land is a low, man is a medium, and van is a high cost. Maintenance in the land, it is easy. In the man, it is somehow difficult as compared to the land. And in the wide area network, definitely it is a complex to creating the wide area network. Then security, that is LAN is more secure because it's a private organization, so no one can, we cannot give the access each and everyone. That is more secure. In the MAN, that is as compared to the LAN, it is a less. And WAN, as compared to the LAN and MAN, it is a less security. And with these are the example, that is generally LAN is used in the hospitals, college, labs, office. That is MAN, that is city, that is the best example is our cable television network, and wide area network example is a internet. These are the basic difference between LAN and MAN and WAN. Now in that in this slide we can see the different network models. So again there are three types of networks, that is client server, point to point, and hybrid network. So first we can see that is client server network. In client server network, a central server provides resources and services to the multiple client. That means so in this network we can give one rights to the computer. That computer is called server, and all the other computers are called as client. Server can provide all the services to the client. If client wants some resources, that they can send the request to the server, and server can fulfill that request to the client. So that types of network is called as client server network. Then what are the advantage and disadvantage of the client server network? So that is in the client server networks, best advantage is centralized data management. We can easily get all the data from the server. Better security and access control. If we can highly configure our server, we can give the security to our server. That means we provide each and every clients to the secure. Easy backup and recovery. We have a centralized management, so we can easily backup all the data. Efficient resource sharing. If we can install the printer on the server, then all the client can take the printouts from the server. That is easy network administrator. These are the basic advantage of the client server. Now there are some limitation and disadvantage of the client server, that is high installation and maintenance cost. Because server is highly configured, so we required highly software as well as hardware. Plus we need an administrator, required dedicated server hardware, as we can say that. Network depends on the server. If server fail, then all the networks will definitely fail. Require skill administrator. We can need one full-time administrator that can look out our client as well as server. The example of client server architect is our college ERP system or banking system, we can say that. Now in the next slide we can see that point to point network. It is directly connected to the two devices. That means one systems can share or communicate the data with the other system using some dedicated link. These are the advantage, that is simple and easy setup, because directly we can provide a separate link to one system to the another system. So we can easy to there are easy to set up. High speed communication, no other systems are connected with that system, so we can communicate, the speed is high. Secure data transmission, because communication is between two systems, so we can secure our data. Definitely there are no hardware and software requirements, so lower cost for the small networks, and we can easily find out the error and we can easily set up. These are the advantage of the point to point network. Now we can see some limitation and drawbacks of the point to point system. The first drawbacks, that is suitable only for the two device, as we can see in our diagram, that is one system is connected to the another. So it is suitable for only two devices, not scalable. That means we cannot extend our network. Dedicated connection is required. Yes, we can connect two systems using the dedicated lines. That means we required dedication connection. Failure of the link stop communication. If there is a problem in the link, we cannot share or we can communicate with each other. That means no sharing between the two devices, and limited resource sharing. Only both the systems can use resources, other systems cannot be used. For example, our Bluetooth, if we can on our Bluetooth, that other systems can be connected. Now that means last network of and today's lecture summarized point is hybrid network. What is the exact meaning of hybrid? It combines all the network. That means combinations of client server and point to point network is called as hybrid network. User can also write the advantage of client server and hybrid point to point network in that. Similarly, they can write disadvantage also. Similarly, it is highly flexible, scalable for the large organization, reliable. We can easily find out the point. That means we can see that these are the mixtures or mixing of advantage of client server as well as hybrid network. Similarly, disadvantage, that is somehow complex design, installation cost is highly required, difficult to maintain, we require separate administrator for both, require skill administrator, highly qualified, they have the knowledge of hardware as well as software, and more hardware is required. For example of the hybrid network is university campus network, corporate network or large organization. Student, this presentation is showing our first lecture summarized note. If students are absent, then definitely they can see my video and they can learn from the first lecture, that is what is network, advantage, disadvantage, types of network generally according to the geographical area as well as according to the network models we can see in that slide. So I hope it is very helpful to the students for the final year, that is TYBCA semester 5th network technology. Thank you, students.